Howdy folks, Grumbles here, and frustrating news. I've tried to continue with Explore or Die, my Pertam run, but unfortunately, due to I think the core systems update and some mods being out of date or needing adaptation following that, it seems that we're just going from one problem to another to another. It looked like we'd gotten past issues with Grind to Learn, even though that hasn't been updated. However, on some testing earlier today, I found that I was no longer able to eat anything, and my food was draining away. Therefore, all that would have happened would have been us losing by starvation rather rapidly. So there was no point. So I've decided to fire up a brand new instance of Explore or Die on Pertam again, because I feel like our business isn't finished here, and make a couple of minor alterations. One of them is that I've added the hacking computer, and I am going to add this in as a sort of starting criteria. We're going to use the creative mode to spawn in one hacking computer, so if we lose it, we lose it. And we're going to use that to try and take things over. This is just, continuing to evolve this series and experiment with what might work. The hacking computer should be some good fun because, as the name suggests, you place it onto a grid, a neutral or enemy grid, and over time it breaks down those systems and gives you ownership of them. Now that said, the cost here is time. So there's the risk of losing the device, and of course the issue of what was I going to say? Words are hard, man. The issue of it taking time, and therefore you're still against the clock, right? So let's create that GPS marker for our station. Now, first test is, can we eat food? I might have accidentally... No, I've left it on moderate. Okay, we have reduced stat debuff for when that happens. So, as usual, let's go handbrake here. Let's remove that from the bar. I don't need that gyro thing on the bar. We can do that manually if we come to it. And I'd like to see my battery status. Okay. Good. Yeah, let's go and see if we can't get ourselves into a bit of trouble. We've spawned in a lovely green-looking rover. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is, unfortunately, kind of start all over again. We'd gotten to a really, really good point with the Pertam playthrough. We're still on a bit of a knife edge in terms of food and whatnot, but overall having a real blast. And we had a large grid ship which would name Jimmy after comments on the video. We had this is very bit ropey going down here, but we'll try it. Yeah, we had our small grid stinger, so I'm like super sad that we've had to give all of that up, but it is what it is. We explored, we died once, and then the game curtailed any further advancement. That is not a good drop for us to take, so maybe there isn't even one here, I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, it is what it is. I'm glad to be back recording. The first thing we're going to have to do in a moment is try out eating some food. I'm just waiting a little bit. You know what, there's no point waiting too long. If it's bust, it's bust, right? So handbrake on, inventory, right click. Oh, there we go. So I've loaded up essentially all of the same mods that I had in the other playthrough, with the one addition of the hacking computer, which we'll add onto the back of the rover any moment now. Yeah, it seems like I've had to start a new world because of the updates to the core system. Again, not complaining about it or nothing. It's just when you're working with mods, that's a fact of life. Actually, the other thing we need to look at, whilst we creep up on some food here, lovely, We've also got our first wreck that's just spawned in, so we'll have a look at that in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. The other thing we need to look at is the menu. Yeah, you see all these? This is what happened. You've got these placeholder unlocker things. Now, I believe that's because of the grind to learn. Actually, we should check if grind to learn is even functioning properly. So, this is a... Wait, where's the thing that we can remove? Have they changed this? They've changed that somehow. Oh. Top piston part. Okay, so at the moment, piston, we have nothing. If I grind that off. Okay, we're learning piston. Okay, so grind to learn is working. Good. I'm glad that I thought to check that out. All right. I'm also considering... we got potatoes already. This is a win. Okay, I'm also considering whether to change the milestone doobly-doo with... oh, where's the other GPS thing? Rec 1, let's go. I'm also considering whether to change the milestone or the limitation of not being able to grind down either the Algaefarm or the food processing. Because, you know, one Algaefarm that you can't grind down is almost... It's not completely useless. It keeps you going a little bit. But what I found was we were starting to go back and forth to the station a lot to sustain ourselves with food, which is again fine because that's part of the overall playthrough. Create GPS over something or other. Let's have a look. Has that added it this time? It has. Okay, so where's that station? 19 kilometers away. Okay. So I'm thinking that potentially what we do is one of 2 things, and I'd love to hear your feedback, your suggestions on this. One of 2 things. Either we can grind to learn the Algaefarm and therefore progress from there. We don't lose because of food, but that might be a little bit too easy. Or we can grind to learn but only create additional Algaefarms, and potentially we could put a limit on that, say like 3 or something like that. Or we could just like spawn 3 in and not do the grind to learn. That would be an option as well. Or we could, as I said, just allow to pick up farm production and all that kind of groovy stuff. I think I need to... Where's my ore detector? Let's chunk that back up. Okay, then we can see where stuff is. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on that. We'll cross that milestone bridge when we come to it. Gosh, we're right back at the start again. Oh well, it's good. It just shows you can't get too complacent. What's that? That's got power. Okay. This is already taking massive risks. Okay. I have got the binoculars mod still, but I'm feeling like it's not maybe the right one again. I'm going to try not to go on and on about things we've covered so many times before, but sometimes my brain just repeats on itself, you know. Regurgitates. Right. I'm going to take a bit of a risk. Get a little bit closer. We do have this big mound here between us. Just saw there from that little bit on foot. Holy jeez, look at that. Okay, so looks like it's got a big tower on it. I'm imagining that means it's very dangerous to us on foot as well. But let's have a look. Yeah, it's shooting. Okay. Right, first danger wreck discovered. We're off and running. Large. Okay, I've got to think of a system for this. We need folders. I think there's a mod for that. Danger wreck. Turrets. Okay. Now we could potentially stay here and let it use up all of its ammo when we hear it stop firing. That could be a valid tactic, you know. But it's a question of time, isn't it? Do we spend the time? And it's not the most exciting content either. I mean, I could edit that out, I suppose. The thing is, we don't know how much weaponry, how much ammo it's got and how long. I don't have a clue, really. Like, if it's got 2 or 3 per turret, how long does it take to run out? And do they trick us? Do they do a, aha, you think we've run out, we just stopped firing for a moment? Okay. I think we just go and move on and go about our business. Working our way towards that station. We mustn't do what we've done once before, which is drive off not quite far enough away, thereby getting ourselves murderized. Come on. Could try taking the power out, but there it is. Okay. Yeah, no. It's silly. It makes no sense to try and take this on when we have nothing. We've literally just dropped in. And for all I know, it's got a script or something producing ammo. You know what I mean? For all we know right now. Okay. Wow, that is a fully operational, armed and operational base. Let's go this way. Away from it. Right, okay. And when we want to work our way generally down there, do I go down that valley or up that mountain? Another good question. Rumbles. Another good rhetorical question. Okay, let's see how far we can get. Hope I'm far enough away. If we hear that. Oh my god. Let's go. Over here. Lots of resources. We could do that thing perhaps where we... Oh no, we can't learn. I forgot grind to learn. I was like, oh, let's get the old drill on the front of the... No, it's like, can't do that. You don't know how to make that. Okay, here we are, grind to learn. Not the most favourable of terrains. Let's just try and make our way through to the first milestone. God, imagine if we could have got like a hacking computer on that. I think what we'll do is, once we've got the hacking computer, we'll spawn that in when we first go to use it. Is that a bit too cheesy? I don't know. That's what I'm going to do for this one. We'll spawn it in when we first go to use it, and after that we've got to remember to take it off and either keep the components in our pocket or put them on the vehicle and you know, build it and take it off again each time we need to use it. But I do think it'll be fun, and again, we can only have one, so if we do lose it or we lose the components in our pocket or whatever, if in any way, because it needs superconductors and stuff, we can't have another one until we find one, I guess, and grind it down if they spawn in. And if they don't spawn in, which is probably quite likely the case, then what we'll do is we'll set a different milestone, like once we can get say a full refinery with a yield module on it or something, and we can get the gold and everything. Once we're in a position where we can make superconductors, which is what I think you need for them, then we can make one. But honestly, yeah, only because I think as a mod piece, I doubt that it'll ever spawn in the wreckage system. It's highly unlikely, because I don't think it's like a lookup table of your entire mod set or whatever. I think it's more of a pre-programmed, okay, I think it's like 648 or whatever vehicles, or grids rather, that can spawn in. And yeah, That was probably programmed without such a mod. Okay, let's be careful here. Okay, we're 14 kilometers out. It's going to be a bit of a ride along for the first episode. We're waiting for something else to spawn in. I've got the view distance set, instead of the usual 20, I've got it set at 15. Because somebody said that if that's a bit lower, then things will spawn in a bit closer. Or more often. I'm not sure about that. So we're trying it out. Bit of experimentation. We do have, as I said, I think I said, we have reduced or debuff or whatever upon respawn. So if we lose our first strike, have our first death or respawn moment, then we will spawn in with very low food, very low health, all that kind of thing straight away. So really, honestly, the death is not to be taken lightly whatsoever in this series. Don't think I ever have taken it lightly, but now it's uber deadly. This one might be a shorter episode today. I'm a little pushed on time, but I'm very conscious of the fact that we had a bit of a break for the charity event and all that kind of stuff, and whatnot, and IRL things getting in the way. So I wanted to get some Space Engineers content out to you guys best I could. Some more Explore or Die, because it's been very well received, and I know people are super enjoying it. So doing my best. I'm hoping the other SE and all the other content on the YouTube is keeping people amused and entertained and giving a smile or two here and there. In the meantime, and I do apologize that I haven't been able to get as much content out, but I've tried this week, and yeah, like I said, between firstly being a complete muppet who left his mic muted on Monday in a session, yes, that did happen, and secondly the mods and the core system update not working, it has become a problem. Okay, I'm just going to make a note of where there's some ice here, because that could be Davandy. Yeah, and right now we're just waiting on another wreck spawning in, or making our way to the station. Hopefully not starving. I marked that ice down, even though it's made, well, who knows where it's going to be in relation to where we're going to end up, but I feel like ice doesn't occur that often on this map, so some ice is better than no ice. How can I get up there? We're going to have to keep going this way and around, maybe? Oh, be careful, dwarf, be careful. You aren't off taking some risks already. This good rover that they've built for these new starts, but they are still very rollable. It is not what you want to have happen. Oh! What is that? Oh, just two neutral signals. Okay, and a canyon that scared me at the same time. Right, let's go. We're carrying on. Hopefully, we're gonna find a way through here. Possibly we'll need to go. We need to go up that hill. Okay, unknown signal. You are. Are we getting closer? We are getting closer. Okay, it's pretty close in. Let's get that. That could be our first bit of good news. Some food. I cannot make it up these hills, man. So much for getting to the station nice and easy. There's no way I'm going up that hill there, is there? This is very risky. Maybe just boot it and go. Oh my god, we made it. Oh, okay. Probably wasn't that bad, but again, I do have a brief history, or short history I should say, of yeah, of rolling these things early doors. Thanks. No need to bring that up, people. Okay, we need to find a way up onto that next level. So, could be over here. I can't, you know. Gonna go over it again, keep chastising myself. I'm only gonna wind myself up, but I'm like, oh, we lost that other playthrough. It's not corrupted as in I can load it up, it's just I can't, it's not playable. Because we're just starving to death and nothing's happening. Can I make it up that ridge, do you think? I'm gonna go for it. Oh yeah. Okay. That was a good result. Oh my goodness, this rover is great. Okay, we made it. Don't go off the cliff edge now. Easy. Don't be a roller. Okay, a rock and roller. Mine. Oh, leopard drill. Nice. Oh, interior plates, man. Where's the food? Alright, well, we get some grind to learn. Yep. And we get some, what's that? Programmable block, parachute. We're going to get cargo container, which is phenomenal. Could grind off some wheels and extend our wheelbase. Get some better storage for underway. Oh, and a mag plate. That's super convenient if we can get to it. There we go. Got it. Oh, that's awesome. So now we have pistons and mag plates. Excellent. Okay, onwards. Nothing else has spawned in. Oh, there's some magnesium here. Good to know. No, you're completely useless at this stage. Okay. Onwards. So mag plate and piston, that means we could lift the vehicle up. We could chop a wheel off, which would learn it for us. And then we could make, could extend the wheelbase and put a cargo thingamybobby. Well, looks like we're going over one of these barren desert patches here. I'm expecting something to spawn in soon. We've got Abandoned Settlements V2 on. I think we had that on the previous ones. Again, my huge hope there is that occasionally either the base game or that one, I'm not sure which, will spawn in a farm. Like abandoned farm, you know, rusted up and stuff. And in there, I've had it once in one of my playthroughs where I got a, on Pertam, where I got a functional farm, food processor, you know, crop plots, all that good stuff. So maybe that was just like a 1 in a million. Oh, we discovered universal welders. Who's universal welders? Where was that? Where did that ping up? Universal welders. Is that just because we're getting closer to the oh, there you go, UVWE, that's what that is, universal welder. Okay. Only 10 clicks out, man. So here we're going to have a weird situation of getting our reward opportunity, Algaefarm, and but not having a grid to to put it on. Where's me? Where's all my wreckage spawn-ins? I shouldn't say that because it's then gonna spawn in like 50 million aggressive ones like it did last time. I mean, that first one was a bit of a doozy. Alright, let's see if we can just get to its station. There's some gold over there. That's good to know. I'm going to try not to put 69 markers on the map at any given moment, like the last playthrough, but it does get messy. What's that over there? Is that a tree? Or is that some scrap? It's just a tree. Good old eyesight. Okay, iron, silicon. Keep going. Gotta wait for the next spawn. Come on, wreckage. My goodness, man, that was so aggressive. I wonder, yeah, if I, you know, with a better gun, I've seen, well, Beeble's got lots more experience than me in this. It's just all round better at it. But I've seen him use his gun and take out like interior turrets quite effectively, like ducking behind cover and I'm always tempted to have a go at that, but usually what happens is I get my head blown off. Alright, let's go. Oh, I can't believe it. I've had to start a brand new world, but at least we've got this working again. All the mods are there, plus the hacker one, and the food, both the food consumption over time and the eating the food is working. So I have no idea why it broke in the other playthrough. If anybody has experience of that, do let me know in the comments, please, if there's a way to fix it. It just basically kept saying that you can't eat now, you need to wait for the buffs and stuff to wear off. I googled it and it said it's either auto healing playing up, so I tried turning that off and that didn't fix it, or it's a mod incompatibility thing. So I was like, okay. And then I've started this new world just to see, well, if it's a mod, we can prove that by loading up a new world with the same set. Again, +1, but I've not taken anything away or changed or loaded up anything that should affect the other mods. And the result is the game's working fine now. So I guess it just needed to generate a new world with the core systems update. Question mark, don't know. Alright, onwards. Nevertheless, I will keep an eye on the mod updates, and in particular if Grind to Learn gets an update, that would be awesome. And we can then check if that other playthrough is working. But I think once we get our teeth into this one, we're not going to want to go back, for the sake of my memory, if nothing else, because I get so confused about which one I'm looking at half the time. Could have started in a different location. I was tempted to do something like Moon or one of the moons, but yeah, maybe I should. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something on the moon or the alien planet. I'm always not inclined to do because it's got its surface is one that just has these horrendous valleys, like here where I've been unsure if I can make it up some of the valleys. The ones on the alien planet are just non-traversable. Like, let's put it this way, you'll go down on them but you won't go back up again. For the most part. Alright, well, this is uneventful so far, unfortunately. Not even finding any abandoned settlements yet, which is a worry. And we haven't... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. Gently, just let it roll down. No more power. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that we would have spotted something by now. But no luck. Man, you guys would have really enjoyed the giant rover that I was making out of the Jimmy crashed hydrogen spaceship, and it was gonna be great. I did one version of it, the one where I'd muted myself. We found a little tank, or it was a vehicle, a grid that looked like a Humvee, and had a autocannon turret on the top, so we could have upgraded our weaponry to autocannon turret on the Stinger. And like a buffoon, I was muted. I'm almost tempted to go back and just do like a running commentary over it, just describe what's going on and try that one for size and see how YouTube likes that. Wait, there was another red signal over there, 3 point something. I think there's a it could be an abandoned or a scrapyard thing. Oh, I didn't see that when it first popped up. Let's get to the milestone, then we know we've achieved that. We can buy some food. I'm gonna go with a new Ruleset edition, which is we can't steal the money out of the bed here. It's got to be stuff that we've sold to them to make our cash. That seems fairer. So that was in an easterly direction. Okay. Alright, so we've got to the space station. Highly uneventful. There's a little thingy there. Put the brakes on. Let's go. You can get the hacking computer out, put it on the station, and it would take over the station. That would be crazy. That would be excessive. Maybe that has to be part of the rule set as well. You're not allowed to hack the space station. That's contracts. That's the store. Do we have money? No. Okay, let's have a look. What have you got for me? I need food. There's some coffee. Meal pack. Okay.
Meteor storm inbound.
2 of those. We'll buy those straight off the bat. Okay, and that's about all they've got. And we'll take some coffee. Okay. Wait, did I not buy the other? I didn't buy the other meal. Hang on. Ramen, 2 pieces. Purchase. Okay, now I got it. Oh, meteor storm. Okay, let's get out and about again. That was not the way I came in. This is the way we came in. Whoa. Cruel. I nearly died by a door. Which I think... yeah, in the rift with Sarek and Co. I did once die by a door closing on me. And there we go. We have a GPS SEC. Uh-oh. That means it's some kind of vehicle. SEC U64. Okay. Let's go. It's 2.4 that way. Okay. So let's have a look. Let's drink a cola. Some food generation back on. Alright, let's go. And we are heading west, so exactly the opposite way we wanted to go for that possible settlement scrapyard. Okay, please, please, please be something we can learn from and utilize. Something with thrusters on it. Atmospherics would be awesome, so we could start flying around. What else could we benefit from? A drill? Or just a little base not far from here so that we could drive back and forth and yeah, maybe we can get ourselves a shorter trip back and forth for food. Is there anything to see there? I don't think so. Okay, hopefully there'll be a dune right over it. Oh my goodness, that is a much bigger installation than I thought. Which is also what she said. Yeah. Whoa. Stop. 500 meters. Let's go. I see some guns and that, but they're not firing. That looks like they're rusty. Oh my goodness, this is good. We can get some weaponry. Gatling turret. Oh, that's a good start, and some ammo to go with it. Excellent. Custom turret controller, nice. Battery. Okay, we learn that. Okay. Whoa. Okay, nice. We could hack that, but I don't know if it's any... Is that a better vehicle than we already have? Maybe. I mean, having a second vehicle, not a bad thing. Get rid of this interior turret because it scares me, plus we learn it.
Fuel low.
We got a new wreck detector. Okay, let's go back and get the vehicle and bring it over here. And let's, let's make use of our first hacking computer, right, I guess. Yeah, Yeah, okay, there's some good stuff here. Okay, fuel low. That's
Fuel critical.
Yep. Ow, oh no, 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 don't die! No, no, no! Oh, you buffoon! What is wrong with you? Look at a great spawning, and the next thing you know, oh. Okay, hang on. So there's another wreck just turned up, wreck number 2. So we'll mark that and we'll find out where that is. 3.8 that way. Okay, but first things first, we're going to come over here. We can learn, was there a wind turbine in the middle? I can't remember what was all here now. Alright, but I think we should get our hacking computer spawned in. And then we'll have to babysit that the whole time. I like the idea. So, here's a wind turbine. Nice. So we're going to have power. Now let's see, this is 2.46 from the station. That is comfortable even as a drive back and forth to... So let's see, if I do Alt F10, creative, G, oh, not hacking computer, like so, and then we just, hello? Where did it go? Number 8. Slap that on there, okay, and from now on we're going to have to look after that. We've also got our, well, so what are we going to do with the reward thing? I'm going to try allowing Algaefarm only and grinding that down, and then we can make, I don't know, we could make 3 possibly. That could be a thing. Okay, this has got a lot of, because we can still remember, right, we don't have like a mining operation, we don't have, we could, you know, we have nothing. We're just surviving on what we find. So I think maybe 3 would be fair. We've got to grind this down so that we know how to make the wind turbine, like so. Okay. And, oh, another box. Sneaky. Oh, that's disappointing. I was hoping that was going to be a better one. Right, what else have we got? We've got small cargo container, which we could fix up. Okay. We've got passage. Okay, we're going to have to grind that because we don't know how to make that piece. Basic assembler. Okay. Excellent. Now we know how to make basic assembler. Diagonal railing. Didn't mean to. Okay, storage shelf. That's just got a load of bits on it. Lockers. We're going to have to grind this locker all the way down so we can open future lockers. Okay. A blueprint. Centered door and half-centered door. Okay, nice. Hello? Did I get it? I got it. Okay. Okay. No, I didn't get that. That's just a load of spare parts. Okay, bed. Very important.
Inventory
Boom.
full.
We now know how to make beds. And have we got enough to repair this cargo container yet? Okay. Why can't I open that? What is blocking me from... Oh, okay.
Inventory full.
Gotta still hack it. There we go. Okay. Right. Okay, we have our first semblance of a mini base. GPS Outpost 1. We'll call that. Okay. This should be completely hacked by now. It is. Excellent. So we can get power and everything from that. Okay, is this completely finished? No enemy blocks found. Okay, excellent. This is all connected up to each other, right? So that's a big battery. So here we can learn connector. Awesome. Medium cargo container. Let's get my hacking computer off here. Guess we want to keep that on us, right? Okay. Yeah, so I guess what we do is strap this down anyway, so we know things like cockpits, we know how to build wheels. In fact, that's perfect, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so G wheels. Okay, so yeah, the grind to learn is working fully. Oh, thank goodness. Okie dokie. What else? Yeah, cockpit. Air vents. Oh, slightly better gun. Nice. Decoy block, okay. What have you got here? Bunch of stuff. Okay. So let's put down how are we gonna do this? Let's put down, I guess I can't build those, can I? Oh no, I can. Okay. Cylinder. I did pick up some interior plates earlier, didn't I? Didn't I? Oh no, I put them in the box already. Okay. Maybe my pockets are full. Okay. Let's put a couple of these up like that. And then, what can you... No, not that. Number 7. Can I put one of those off the side like that? You can. Okay, looks a bit weird, but it's fine. We'll get some good clearance up here. Number 7. Okay, let's get some power going. Okay, get some fuel. Like so. Take some bits out of there. Take some bits out of there. 3 girders missing, okay. Ah, bummer. Let's see if we can find some more girders knocking around the place. What have we got over here? We've got basic assembler again, okay. We've got a remote control, so we know how to make that now. We've got timer block, custom turret controller, ore detector, okay. Nice. Okay. Might as well take this down and we can probably complete the one on the other, in the other block. Okay, we need girders. Let's see, maybe we get lucky and I can't remember what was in all these. That was nothing. Has this got girders on it? Yes. Nice. Pockets did not fill up. Okay. Alright. We have power. Times 1. That is a start. Let's see if we can't get this. Will I be able to use this battery if it's not hacked? I don't know. Could be a waste of materials building that battery. Let's give it a go. Now, okay, so we're not going to have power cells. So that's going to be our first, need of the basic assembler. Okay. And materials. Okay, so batteries might be out of our league right now. We can learn desk. Oop. We can hack lockers. But we can't open them? Huh? What's going on there?
Inventory full.
What's going on there? That's weird. Maybe it's still some mods and or bits and bobs not fully compatible, playing nicely with each other. Okay, put those parts away. Okay. Box. Okay, we know how to make the freight pieces now. What do we got over here? You are steel catwalk, okay. Cylindrical column. No control. Another column. Oxygen farm. Oh, nice. I'll take that knowledge. Okay. Okay, food. So, I think what we'll try and do is we will take this plate away here. Okay, and then we will build... Can I make conveyors yet? I can't make conveyors yet. Okay. So what we could do is we could put... conveyors is a bummer. Maybe there's a conveyor somewhere inside. I want to get these algae farms down basically as quickly as possible. What's going to unlock conveyors for me, I wonder? Well, I mean, it's not a progression. Trying to learn. Okay. You are empty. I'm going to just break you down. Okay. We got an antenna. Nice. Timer block. Small batteries. Okay, more wheel parts. I don't know why some of these blocks float. There shouldn't be anything that keeps them doing that. From falling. I was kind of hoping that this was going to have a conveyor of sorts. That doesn't seem to be the case.
Energy low.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. So, algae thingy bobby. I want to hook them up and have at the very least, put a connector sort of here-ish or something. Or actually, here. Coming off the back of... Yes. That's a bit smarter. What are we looking at height-wise here? Because if we can get some basic food production going... I think if we go with 3 algae farms as a limit... which we have to paste the first one in and then grind it down and make the others. Yeah, to make it not too easy. Let's see what's my height like here. That's pretty good for a connector, I think. That might even just work. right off the bat. So G connector. Do I have enough parts for a connector is another entirely different question. And I think we need to get the survival kit off the rover and put it here, but I also don't like being tied to one base. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, let's chuck this in. Get rid of that for a moment. Oh, I didn't put it in, did I? Okay, so that's one. Number 6, we're gonna get some more parts. Okay, I think we got them. Do I want to take the survival kit off there now? Connect it. We could chuck it in here, I think. So in order to learn survival kit, I've got to... Or do we do a thing? Is that part of the rule set where we say you have to find a survival kit before you can make a survival kit, and that makes it more precious? I think that's a bit excessive.
Inventory full.
What? Okay, let's go. No, that's survival kit. I want to be looking at the ladder, please. Okay, that's that gone. And then I think it's just these side pieces here that are connected to that. Oh no, there's some bits underneath the bolt as well. Okay. That's precious. Alright, you don't want to be cut down, then you won't be, I guess. So, survival kit. Chuck that in there for a moment. We're going to put the survival kit here. Connected straight into that cargo container. Perfect. Get this up and running again as quickly as possible. Okay, there we go. We have a little bit of a chance. I need to work out what is it this that's stopping me from getting into the container? What is stopping me from getting into the container? Somehow this container no worky at the front. I really don't get that. I'll take this panel off. Okay, and from there I can get to it. Why? What is wrong with that side of the panel? That makes no sense. Okay, so now we can do G cargo container. Right, which is gonna need a junction box. Oh no, a converter box. We can't make those yet. I have made somewhat of a mistake. Well, it's okay because it doesn't matter if it's not fed through, does it? Oh, I can probably grind down one of these. Small conveyor, yeah. Okay, take that out. Okay, small conveyor. The fabled hidden gyroscope. Oh no, the gyroscope's just... That was what that was attached to. I'm such a dummy. Sometimes, you know. So gyroscope. Okay, we know gyroscope now. Put that back in there. We've lost that override setting. I think it's only 5%. I think we can work that out again. Okay, we put our gyro back on. Small conveyor. We put that back in. Okay, and then now do we have... Yes, we have the converter. Okay. So we have the bits for that. That should connect on to that just fine. Oh my god. Okay, and then we're gonna go for cargo container. Nope. Yep, one of those. Like that. We need to grab... Do we have enough parts for that? We do. Perfect. Chuck that on there. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking on gas. Perfect. Okay. And then a connector off the back of that. Please have enough parts. We do. Oh, yes. Brilliant. Okay, we're just below 50% food. So I'll do my usual trick here of 02 in there. And then change this connector rover. We'll just call you rover 1 for now. Okay, marvelous. So we now have the ability to hook up and recharge. Switch lock. Okay. Another thing we need to do is go to the lights and change these. Drop the intensity down a bit. Change the radius right up. There we go. Now we can see a little bit what we're doing. Unlock, and then hopefully, if my estimations are sufficient, yes, we can lock on. Oh, you beauty. You absolute beauty. Oh, we're mobile, we've got storage, we can connect up to the base, we've got a survival kit. Now we've got a box that somehow doesn't fully work on all sides? Question mark. We can possibly turn this into a little bit more of a hovel with some like exposure cover and whatnot. Yeah. Okay, so I think we should, that's what we should do, is try and make this into a covered area. And then, last but not least, now we can do conveyors. We got one of these round looking ones, they're pretty cool. Although, no, because the square ones count as a solid if we're going to lock the... Okay, so let's put a conveyor there. Okay, unknown signal. Okay, that could be dab handy. We'll go and get that in a moment. Actually, we learned bed, right? So that should mean we've now got bunk. Which we can put on here instead of the ladder. There we go. Okay. Wonderful. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is fantastic. We're 1 hour down and we have a mini outpost. And we have another wreck to explore. Wreck 2 over there. Yes. Turn that signal off because we have outpost 1. Okay. Groovy. We also have... we also have Gatling turret. What? This only has large grade. Yeah, okay. So... We can also consider arming ourselves. How funky does that look? Just like, but this is gun straight off the front like that. Gonna get absolutely smashed in the face. Okay. So having a turret so early on is pretty amazeable. So we'll have to think about how we're going to modify the vehicle for that. And maybe I'll stand the bunk up on the side there by the connector. And get that plumbed in. Yeah, get that turret plumbed in on the top. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If I can do it. Bunk. Like that. Just throw that in there. Yeah, a little bit higher up so it's not going to get damaged. Okay, we can sleep vertically like a vampire or something. And then we can see if we... Wait, that only has a big connector on the... Oh, that
Fuel
sucks.
low.
Okay, it's only got a big bottom.
Fuel
Big bottom
critical.
Gatlings make the rockin' world go round or whatever. Okay. We can learn spotlights. Wait, was that a O2H2 generator that I spied there? It is. You have any ice in you? I bet you have ice. Oh, and a bottle! No way. That's amazeballs. No way. We have a bottle, ladies and gentlefolk. Now we are absolutely cooking on gas. Oh, and some ice. It's all coming together. Oh my goodness. Can I get that filled up somehow then? I don't have a tank, do I? Small... Oh no, I do have a tank. It's on the little ship. I can't drag it in there. Okay, so I gotta go... How do I... Small oxygen tank. Ah, if I go in here, I think it'll work. It'll pull it. Or? Will it heck? What? Oh no! The ups and downs, the excitement of getting the bottle and then finding out I can't fill it up. What? How? Why you bully me? Small hydrogen tank. Oh, I know. Maybe from the cockpit I can. Oh, let's go. Put you in there. Did I try that already? Oh my god, how is that not plumbed in? Terrible. Can I get it from the... No, we'll have to build an H2O2, won't we? That won't go there. That doesn't... No, okay. Okay. So... H2O2... I could slap that on there, maybe. Let's just do it. I totally got side quested and forgot about the fact that I was meant to be prioritizing getting the food production up and running. And the basic assembler. Oh my god. Okay, we have that online. We have that. This should... Yeah. Beautiful. Now we have bottle. Oh. Brilliant. Alright, well, I'm rapidly running out of time to record any more today. Oh, look, this doesn't work here either. What's going on with the... opening boxes up from... Well, you're looking southwest. What's... Why is that not a thing? That doesn't that doesn't make any sense. How is it working then at all? Okay. All right, so let's end this session with building, slapping down our algae farm, right? Okay, so we're gonna go once again to creative mode. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go algae farm, and we're going to put in, so how can these connect to each other? So you only have a connection on the bottom, right? So let's turn that off again. And that means we need to do more of these. One of those. One of those. Looks like we might get one in, but maybe not two. We do have the custom turret controller. We don't have... Actually, we might have solar panels since we got the... Do we have solar panels? No, we don't have solar panels. We need to find one of those. Okay. So I'll do that. Let's put the things into production. And then I think what we'll do is we'll sneak the basic assembler in here. If we need that. I'm not sure if we can make all the bits. Make the motors, that's good. Small steel tubes? No, that's where we're going to need the assembler. Okay. Okay, and then... So let's do the assembler. Basic assembler is what we've got, yeah. We're going to have to connect that way. Need some more steel plates and some more motors. Oh, something else just popped up on the screen. Scrap settlement. Abandoned settlement, northeast 5-6 kilometers. Okay. Okay. So we're going to slap that down there. We should have enough from the starting resources to be able to get this done. Yeah, it looks like it easy. Easy mode. Okay. Missing some more motors. 3 more motors. 1, 2, 3. Done. Okay. Nice. Alright. Just steel plates left to go. Perfect. So we have assembler, we have H2O2, we have a little tiny bit of ice, although that will have been swallowed up by now, I guess. Yep, okay. So we have the assembler online. Now we can paste in 1 algae farm. Like so. Number 6. So again, this is the rule set. We can still only paste in 1 algae farm. But... we can grind that down and make more from. So this is a major rule revision. That and the adding of the hacking computer. Let me know what you think. Is it going to make it too easy, do you think? Is it going to be okay? Okay, we have an outpost. Then the next question is going to be like, why didn't you, if you want to be mobile, why didn't you build it on wheels? Shush. Shush, internal criticism monologue. Okay, what we're going to have to do is find some more resources though, because I think that's our lot. Or? Yeah, okay, we've now run out of resources. So, okay, that's good. That's what I like about this playthrough, is it does force you to carry on going out and explore, because it's not a basic one where you're just setting up refining operations and that. Nice. Okay. We have one algae farm. Sleep through the night so we can have a fresh start. Alright, that's enough of that sleepiness. 6 in the morning, bright and breezy. We need to go out, we need to go hunting. We have wreck number 2 still to look at. We have the abandoned scrap settlement. That could be a good direction. And that is all I've got time for in this session. So a little bit short and sweet, a little bit of exposition or about where we're at with the series and why we've had to start again. But we are indeed off to a great start, I think. And I look forward to hearing your comments. Good vibes, everyone. I'll hopefully get this one out for the weekend.